The events you're about to see in this video are disturbing. Original footage was lost to time, corrupted beyond repair. Honestly, kind of sucked. So yeah, a bit different than my normal unboxings for Video Games Monthly. Unfortunately, the original footage was lost, so we're just doing a dramatic retelling of this box right here. We're gonna unbox everything that was in here. I did get a 1-up card, so I got 5 games this month as opposed to my normal 4. And what is Video Games Monthly? If you don't know, it is a monthly subscription service where you are able to get 3, 4, 5, or 10 games sent to you every month. Prices range on that, obviously. You can check it out on their website, videogamesmonthly.com, and you're able to add to your library and keep the games that they send you, and they should not be sending you any duplicate games that you already have on your list. And if they do, their customer service is excellent and they will do right by it. So what do you say? Let's unbox this guy again. I mean, the surprise won't be there this time because I already know what's in here, so it's kind of a fallacy as to what you're going to see, but apologize for that. I hope you guys still enjoy it. So let's take a look at the games we got. I'll give you my normal review of each one. We'll show gameplay, and I will show you the value of each one as we go as well. So, with no drama whatsoever, up first we have a Game Boy Advance game, and it is Disney's Peter Pan Return to Neverland. Let's take a look at this guy right now. So Peter Pan Return to Neverland is one of those classic early 2000s Disney interactive just messes of a video game. Like, there's some really good ideas here. Like, Peter Pan, I think, is just, like, ripe for the picking to make an actual, like, super quality game out of. And you can see that there was some really good intent here. Like, the animations are fantastic in this game. It looks incredible. The sound isn't bad. You actually have some digitized voice in here. There's MIDI versions of the music from Peter Pan, which is really awesome. But where things fall apart is actually playing the game. Like, it's a kid's game. You don't expect it to be terribly difficult, and it's not really when you look at the combat and things like that, but the second mission in the game is an escort mission, and it's awful. You have to fly Wendy's kids to Neverland, and if you happen to be like an inch too far away from them, you have to restart the entire level. You have to keep backtracking, make sure that they have pixie dust, make sure that they keep flying, make sure that they don't plummet to their death. It's an escort quest in a kid's game. It's terrible. And then when you get to Neverland, you lose your ability to fly. Like, you are now just a regular platformer. I don't know. Like, it feels like there was miscommunication on this game. Like, it wasn't just completely put together the right way. And while I see silver linings for this game, overall, it's just not a great experience. And it's just, I don't know. Obviously, it's not for me. It's just not good. And when I look at the value of it, $5.65. Like, this is a nothing game that knows it's a nothing game and doesn't do anything exceptional. Alright, a Game Boy Advance game. I will give you guys some spoilers here. I am shutting off Game Boy Advance games for next month. I'm gonna just go with standard console stuff just to see what I pull in. Next up, we have another Game Boy Advance game, and this one actually really excited me. This is the Pac-Man collection. Now, this is really cool. I just got the Pac-Man Museum Plus on the Switch, and I love it. This is kind of like its little brother. There's a bunch of games on here. I think there's 4 or 5 games on here, and they all play really well. Let's take a look at this one as well. Pac-Man Collection on the Game Boy Advance is a really solid game. Like, it has 4 different games on it. It's got Pac-Man, it's got Pac-Mania, it's got Pac-Attack, and it has Pac-Man Arrangement. These are all 4 really fun games. Like, I personally love Pac-Mania. You can't go wrong, obviously, with the first Pac-Man. Pac-Attack is a really solid puzzle game, and Pac-Man Arrangement is a really fun update to the original formula for Pac-Man that tosses some new ideas in. The graphics in the game look great. I love that you're able to set the first Pac-Man to either full screen or scroll, so you can actually, either be zoomed in a little bit more and make the game a bit more challenging, or have the full maze on screen, which on the Game Boy Advance, I will tell you, is a little bit tough to see, so I personally prefer it to be on scroll on the GBA, but if I'm playing it on my Retron or on a Game Boy player, it looks great in full screen. This is a really solid game. Now, it's not worth anything. It's worth $6, but the game itself is really fun. I love getting compilation collections on the Game Boy Advance. This is one of the things I'm really happy about getting. So I do think this is something that is going to stay in the collection for a long time, just because I love being able to pick up and play Pac-Man if I just have my Game Boy with me. Next, in what is the most disappointing thing I got shipped this month, it is Shrek Fairy Tale Freakout. Now, I understand playing with fire, putting handhelds on my list and getting stuff like that, but I do want to get at least a good quality game. Not necessarily a good playing game. I don't really care about that because I can flip that stuff down the road, but let me show you footage that wasn't lost of what the label on this one looks like. So yeah, lots of sticker residue, lots of kind of scratches and dings on the label. It's not in the best shape, and the cartridge itself is a little scratchy as well. which kind of sucks. But I mean, it's an older game, so I can forgive it to a degree, but I mean, they did their best trying to clean this off, or at least someone did their best trying to clean this off, getting the GameStop sticker off of it, but it just doesn't look good. Like, you can see where someone was picking at the label trying to get the sticker off, and it's come up on the side, and it's just not great. This is Shrek Fairy Tale Freakout, and the game itself is, like, I need to tell you right off, the game itself is super ambitious, and it does so much very well. Like, I did not expect this to be as competent of a game as it is. It's a fighting game, which, on the Game Boy Color, I'm already going to have my guard up a little bit because I've played the Mortal Kombat on the Game Boy Color, and it's atrocious. This actually manages to make itself work. Like, you have a punch button and you have a kick button, you have special attacks on each one. It's all classic Street Fighter, quarter circle forward, quarter circle back, and each character has different abilities and you're able to unlock characters. Like, this does a lot more well than it does poorly. It's just, the cart is in such bad shape. The sticker is all messed up, there's sticker residue all over the front cover. The cart itself is kind of scratched up, and it never actually registered in my Retron, which is odd because I've had other Game Boy Color and Game Boy games work just fine. So this one wasn't cleaned very well. I actually had to grab a ROM and run this through an emulator to get footage of it because I could not get the cartridge to work on my Retron, and it only worked briefly on my Game Boy. So that's a bit disheartening. That's something I really think, getting something that is this messy and that is, like, has this much damage to the actual, like, sticker and the cartridge itself, is disheartening. And it's something I really expect more from Video Games Monthly. Like, I want them to do better on this. And I know that they have said that they're working on it, and it's a process, and they're trying to get better at it, and I've had pretty good success. But this one here, I mean, it's a game that isn't worth anything. It's a licensed Game Boy Color game, so I'm actually kind of surprised it's worth $4, but I don't know, it's just, this one just doesn't do enough for me to want to keep playing it, and unfortunately, the condition it's in, I'm not going to get anything for it if I tried to trade it in or flip it anywhere down the road. Next, we got a Famicom game, and I always do like getting Famicom games, and this one makes me happy because this is one of my personal favorite Famicom games. I know a lot of people are going to be questioning my sanity on this one because I know so many people don't like this game, but this is Ice Climber. And look, straight up, I love Ice Climber. I've always loved Ice Climber. It's just one of those positive childhood memories I have of playing a classic Nintendo game and having a lot of fun with it. So let's see how this guy looks on the Famicom. Okay, Ice Climber. Now, I love Ice Climber, and I know that makes me weird because so many people hate it, but it is one of my favorite NES games. I truly enjoy playing Ice Climber. As difficult as it is many problems as the game has, and it has numerous issues, but I need to point out here that this took me a half hour to get it to work in my Retron. Like, it just wasn't working, and anytime I tried to dump the ROM onto the Retron to be able to play it, it wouldn't recognize the cartridge, it wouldn't recognize that there was a ROM there, it would tell me that it was unable to dump the ROM. Like, it was just problem after problem, and yeah, I was able to get footage here, and that's great, but it wasn't because the cartridge was in good shape. I happened to tap it, and it worked. And I didn't look a gift horse in the mouth. I played my game, I got my footage, and I was done. And that's really unfortunate. Like, that's two games, this one and Shrek Fairy Tale Freakdown, just, they didn't function. And that's really bothersome to me because while I was able to eventually get this one to work, and I was able to eventually get Shrek to work in my Game Boy, I expect clean stuff, or at the very minimum, functional stuff when I buy it. Like, I know that they say they test the stuff, and they say they clean the stuff, but I don't know, this one just, this was a frustrating box from top to bottom, with the grand exception of the Wii U game I got. I don't know, this was a tough month, and I hope they're able to recover down the road. Ice Climber is only worth $8, and I mean, I'm not really surprised by that, because it's kind of a ubiquitous NES game. Everyone knew about it from when it launched, but I don't know. I wish this one worked better because I do like the game so much, and I wish I was able to play it more freely and to be able to enjoy it because it just wasn't working for me. And finally, in a shocking turn of events, I got a Wii U game, which is really cool. I didn't expect to do that. And this is one I actually had an opportunity to pick up at Korg's, and I didn't do it for my good friend John Riggs. But I got a sealed copy of Ninja Gaiden 3, so let's see how this guy looks on the Wii U. Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge for the Wii U. I always love getting Wii U games. I think the Wii U is such an underrepresented and underappreciated console that anytime I pull something for the Wii U from Video Games Monthly, I'm happy, and that's no question here. I think this is a shockingly good game. Like, I didn't expect much from this. I don't know why. It's a Ninja Gaiden game. I should have expected more from it. But popping it in, I didn't really expect to enjoy it near as much as I do. It's a fun, kind of Warriors-style hack-and-slash game. It feels like a Warriors game, at least to me. And it is, like, super violent. Like, this is a hard M-rated game. There's no question about it. Like, it's gory, the language is very aggressive, and uses a lot of terms that parents probably don't want their kids to hear, so be aware of that. And it's really challenging. Like, the combat in the game is really nuanced and is really fun to do, and having all the different abilities you're able to unlock and the different costumes and the challenge modes and all this other stuff is really nice. Like, there's a lot of plussing going on here with this game, and just a lot of added value based on what you get just by plugging it in and turning the game on. I really do like getting this one. I love that it was sealed. Sealed, it was worth $11.20, but complete in box, which is what it is because I had to open it to play it, it's worth $8. There is a little bit of depreciation there by opening it, but the game itself is fun. I'm perfectly happy getting this one. Alright, so I put Retro Game Treasure on blast for not giving me a good value box right out the gate, and I will be completely fair here. Didn't even come close to hitting my value this month for Video Games Monthly. I spent $40 a month on a 4-up box plus shipping, which is, you know, always something extra, but yeah, I was about $10 short this month, and that kind of sucks. And getting the low quality Shrek game, and again, not so much the quality of the game itself, that's not something I worry about here, but the quality of the cartridge itself looking as bad as it did kind of sucks. But I forgive the guys for Video Games Monthly because they've done right by me now for over a year. I haven't always filmed them for the channel. I've been getting them for a few years now, and in the, I would say probably about 2 years I've been getting boxes sent to me. There's been 2 boxes I've gotten that haven't met value, and anytime I've had an issue, they've taken care of me. They've fixed the problem, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. Stuff isn't always the cleanest, and that is a legitimate concern and something that I think a lot of people have noted in their unboxings, and something I will note here as well. Had to clean all the cartridges, as I always do, just to make sure that they were good to go going into my systems. But so yeah, I mean, to be fair, fair's fair. Like I said, I put Retro Game Treasure on blast for the one box I got from them not being quality, and this one's a little low in value. So hopefully next month we'll get that course corrected and things will be back to normal for my good friends at Video Games Monthly. Anyway, let me know in the comments what your favorite game is I got this month. Hey, thanks to my patrons on screen right now. I really appreciate them supporting the channel. And hey, if you enjoyed this video, check out the playlist up here right now showing all of my Video Games Monthly unboxings from the past. And remember to play more games, stay square, and take care. I'll talk to you guys soon.